So. Wir gehen mal weiter in die Steam-Reviews. Gute Steam-Reviews und schlechte Steam-Reviews. Ich glaube, die sind gut, oder? Die grünen. Das ist ziemlich traurig.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
Doch, bist
You
du.
can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me.
Nudelscharf.
I
Das ist ein
always,
Deutscher.
to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't.
Na, das sind die Recommender.
What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Stanley Parable war ein super Spiel. Es gab, und ich erinnere mich, es sind glaube ich sogar echte Reviews, also es gab ein paar, die haben sich da echt dran aufgehangen, dass sie manche Jokes nicht lustig fanden oder sonst irgendwas war, aber ja.
You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well,
Cookie,
yes.
warum?
Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto.
Okay.
I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Ein Skip-Button. Dann können wir auch nicht mehr raus. Okay.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people.
Yep.
If the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah 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 blah. Oh, you're back, you see? You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise.
Okay.
Or maybe a manifesto.
A manifesto.
Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your great gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once, that you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first, I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to...
Ich meine, die Entscheidungen, die man trifft, machen einen zu dem Menschen, den man ist. Ob es einen jetzt mehr zu dem Menschen macht, mehr Entscheidungen zu treffen, oder weniger zu dem Menschen, weniger Entscheidungen zu treffen oder Entscheidungen nicht zu treffen. Ich meine, letztendlich ist es ja immer eine Entscheidung zu treffen oder nicht zu treffen. Und da tut man tatsächlich mehr Entscheidungen treffen oder fallen die Entscheidungen einfach nur anders aus.
Circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it.
Ja.
But wouldn't you say that manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone? It has a mouthfeel that is rich with ambition and history. Ambitious history, if you will.
Abhandlung, Manifest. Ja,
See,
Manifest
now
hat
you've
was.
gotten me going back to manifesto. Heavens, at this rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay, look, I have a method for exactly this sort of situation. And I do find myself in this situation frequently. I'm going to say each word back and forth in repeated succession until I become sick of one or the other, in which case the word I am not sick of shall be the victor. It is an unimpeachable strategy, Stanley. It's rescued me from disaster in countless situations.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Let's go.
Treatise, manifesto. 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 Das wird Treatise. Manifesto.
Ich glaube, er wird es so lange wiederholen, bis wir draufklicken.
Treatise. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you?
Yeah.
But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps.
Wahrscheinlich
to be
nicht.
honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place.
Doch, kann
I
man.
guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works.
Wäre
Perhaps
praktisch, ja.
that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review, merely because of this very situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review, so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of, this game is the best game. Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality.
Ich glaube, es ist nicht geplant, dass man ihm so lang zuhört.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again.
Aber
I
da
think the
fehlt
skip
die...
button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here?
Ja, eben.
Where did the door go?
Ja.
Wasn't there a door that led into this room?
Ja.
I do feel quite certain that there was one here before.
Ja,
How
eben.
else
Das ist mir
would we
gerade
have
schon
gotten
aufgefallen.
into the room in the first place?
Ich
I
weiß
don't
es nicht.
think one can enter a room without a door of some sort or a window
Ja.
or something like
Men-
that. Do you see a window anywhere? A
Nein, und wir
porthole?
sind auch nicht von
A
oben
sufficiently
runtergefallen.
large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a
Ja.
door here before, wasn't there? I swear there was.
Wo
Where
ist
did
sie
it
denn?
go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all. I'm asking you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door. I don't know how exactly to remove a door and place it in a different wall, but I will find a way, I promise. You just need to not do anything. Don't press the skip button. Please, please, please do not press the skip button. Just wait here for me, and don't press the skip button.
Ich versuche so lange, mich weiter
Yes,
durch die
good.
Wand zu werfen, ja.
I'll be right back.
Das funktioniert irgendwie nicht. Also wir machen der Wand gar nichts. Ich glaube, der Kratzer war schon da. Es wird irgendwie nichts. Ja. Ich glaube, wir müssen den Knopf drücken. Aber ich will nicht skippen. Aber kommt auch nicht wieder.
Stanley! Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
12
You've just been
Stunden.
frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. And my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone.
Okay.
I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times.
Ja, ich auch.
And
Ich habe
there's
versucht,
no
mich
door,
gegenzuwerfen.
Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here, and more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it, and I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've
Weil
been
wir raus wollen.
thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine. I have no idea who they are. What would it ever really matter? But here I am. I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me. The merest mention of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a child. Wild and impulsive. I can't help myself. I can't stop myself from lashing out with a vengeful fury to alter and to change and to break anything unbroken, if only it pleases this one person who made a single negative comment. What does such an impulse serve? For whose benefit is this? And here I am now, stuck in a room, waiting for you to press this button. To become frozen in time, knowing that you're going to do it, and that I'm going to be stuck all alone. And that I had the power to prevent it all from happening, if only I'd held my tongue.
Ja.
It's all out of my control now. Just you. Just your decision as to exactly when you're going to make me suffer, to leave me all alone. Surely you will. I don't doubt it.
Aber komm mal zu raus.
Button again, leaving me here. And surely you'll put your own desire to see what's next ahead of my need for company, for companionship. Surely you'll not be moved by my howls of fitful anxiety, that you sit with me and just stay here. Oh, no, no, I know you too well. You'll be leaving me. Oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feeling. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with.
Also für mich ging es ganz schnell.
That's just how it's always been, right? Me talking, and you saying nothing.
Ja.
Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But
Ja.
it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because
Ich kann dich
maybe,
doch
Stanley,
hören.
maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe I'm not just a fiction.
Junge, du
Was
hast
I
zu viel
scared of that
Zeit
all
alleine
along?
verbracht.
Perhaps, yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time, that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it. I can't be taken by it, Stanley.
Das ist nicht,
I
wie das
can't lose
funktioniert.
myself in a stretch of emptiness between you and me. When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us, and I am suspended in its unyielding quietness. I can feel the edges of my reality curdling inward and decaying. I can tell that I am
Tja.
becoming less and less real.
Aber
Yet
bist
to
du
speak to
real?
you now, I am
Sag,
alive.
bist du
I
real?
am truly and completely here. I am a being. I am someone. I am something. I am being listened to. I am being recognized. The emptiness between
geht
us has
wirklich
collapsed,
alles.
and I
Ich
feel
kann
right now like I am not a work
ihm
of
nicht so
fiction.
ewig
I feel
zuhören,
as
das ist
though I
anstrengend.
occupy space in this world again, and I have cast a shadow onto the wall. You see what I'm saying, don't you? You can see what this means to me.
Ich
I'm so
sehe es,
clear
aber
about it now,
komm.
Stanley. I feel as certain about this as I've ever felt about anything at all. I feel renewed. I feel restored, and already I can sense the looming silence as you will press the button for the next time. What a terrible dread it strokes in my heart to think of it. To think of returning to such coldness. Come, let us sit in silence together here for just a moment. Let us anticipate it. Let us welcome it. Let us not run from it.
Danke. Danke, er ist still. Ach Gott. Okay. Na, schade was. Der Baum ist jetzt tot. Egal. Dann. Ciao, ciao.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me
Nein.
describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all
Ja,
but
sorry,
regret.
ciao. Ist er noch da? Nein, ich glaube, er ist weg. Schade was. Dann, ja. Das sind auch die letzten Wette draußen. Ah, die Feuermelderbatterie geht leer. Und die Uhr ist leer. Ah, das ist schön, sie hat aufgehört zu ticken.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim?
Beginn. Wieder. Nein. Warte. Kommst du wieder raus? Hallo? Hey. Ja. Und ciao mit V.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end,
Es tropft von der Decke.
never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is
It's
never
never
the
the
end,
end.
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 is never
It's
the
never the
end,
end.
is never
It's
the
never the
end,
end.
is
It's
never
never
the
the
end,
end.
is
It's
never the
never the
end,
end.
is never the
Komm, komm raus. Nein. Schauen wir mal. Die Lüftung ist auch schon lange aus. Ich frage mich, warum wir noch nicht erstickt sind. Wir werden alle sterben. Und das Tropfen vom Dach wird immer mehr. Brillant. Ach, dann gehen wir mal. Oh, lol. Na, das Wasser hat wohl nicht gut getan. Ja, dann frage ich mich, warum ist der Skip-Button nicht weg? Warum zerfällt der nicht? Frag mich, wie lange wir noch. Jetzt mit Knorkator-Melodie? Was ist die Knorkator-Melodie? Nein. Ah, das Licht. Tageslicht. Das hatten wir schon lange nicht mehr. Und es tropft auch nichts mehr. Da ist eine Kabelrolle. Cool. Der Baum ist inzwischen auch komplett weg. Wo auch immer er den hin hat. Die Uhr ist zermatscht. Nein, meine Uhr. Sie war mein Freund. Und dann, da ist der Baum. Der arme Baum. Ah. Gerade was. Dann gehen wir mal weiter. Hörst du den Song später mal an? Na, mach ich. Das ist schön. Hey, die Haselnüsse. Nein, Hagebutten. Es hat so ein bisschen Horizon-Flair. Was wir übrigens auch nochmal neu anfangen und hier spielen werden. Auf YouTube dann. Cool. So entspannt. Ja? Ja. Lol. Ein Atomkrieg oder was? Warum ist hier nur noch Asche? Ah, da war's. Mich wundert's, dass hier alles kaputt ist, außer der Wand und allem. Es ist schon wieder Nacht. Dann können wir nicht Tag haben. Creepy Melodie. Ja, hier tut sich auch nichts mehr groß. Oh lol. Genau. Frage mich. Hey, da ist ein Stuhl. Können wir wieder skippen. Ist es so ein Patience-Ding oder ist er jetzt ganz kaputt? Nuclear Desert oder was? Oh, ich will wieder rein und nochmal skippen, bitte. Bitte? Darf ich? Nein? Ja, darf ich wohl nicht nochmal skippen. Schade. Ja, das hat definitiv Horizon Zero Dawn Vibes. Ob der Erzähler noch lebt? Ab wann ist denn? Ja gut, jetzt hat es auch gleichzeitig noch irgendwie Terratech und Long Drive Vibes. Was? Nein, ich wollte ins Nichts laufen. Boah, wie gemein. Oh.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
Ist der Erzähler jetzt sauer auf uns? Erzähler Chan.